What's the reason or the essence of making restitution? Let's look at Acts chapter 24. In verse number 16. Acts chapter 24. In verse number 16. It tells us there, Acts chapter 24. In verse number 16. And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense toward God and toward men. That's the reason why we make restitution. To have a conscience that is void of offense towards God and toward men. You know, restitution is a very important thing for every believer. It means making right, making amend for wrong we have done to others. When we have wronged others, when we have done evil to others, when we have done oppressed others, when we have cheated, defrauded others, and we now claim we are believers, the Lord requires that we make restitution, that will settle, we refund what we have stolen, we refund what we have defrauded, we return back what we have taken from that man, that woman, that oppression. We took their land because they didn't have power, because they didn't have resources, because we use military or whatever you use, or you use enforcement, you use men of uniform to take their land from them. Now you are born again, you're a child of God, you restore the land to the man, you restore the land to the woman, because you are making amend, you are cleaning up the mess. You know, some people that say, once I'm born again, that's all. No, once you are born again, that's great. You're being cleansed, you have been washed by the blood of the Lamb. That have taken care of your relationship between you and God. But what of the man you have offended? What of the woman you have offended? If I come to you and I stole your shirt, a shirt belonging to you, I took it from the line, I stole it, and now I say, I'm born again, I'm born again. In fact, I'm a pastor. And lo and behold, every day, that shirt that I stole from you, I'm wearing it, I'm going about. And you see me and say, look at that man. I thought he said he's born again. It's my shirt he's wearing. Will you believe such born again? I stole your shoe, and then I say I'm born again. And every day and every time you see me wearing that shoe, what stopped me from carrying the shirt I stole and return it back to the owner? He said, you know, I was a sinner before. That was why I stole the shoe. That was why I stole the shirt. Now I'm a born again. I'm a child of God. Please have your shirt. If you go to him and say, God bless you, thank God for your salvation, please still have the shirt, still have the shirt, that's fine. But as long as you are keeping what you stole, as long as you are keeping what you stole from people, you will never have a conscience void of offense towards God and toward men. No, he said to one brother one time, and they buckled him, they stole some things in his house. And he said that he knows the people that stole it because he saw one of them with some of the items that they stole. And let me see now, the person become, he can't go and confront him because he didn't catch them right-handed, but he saw everything. He had all evidence to show that those things belong to him. But then, let's say the person is born again, and he's now going about preaching in the community. When that brother that he stole from sees the shirt, or sees the material, or sees the wristwatch, or sees the shoe, he will look at the man. You say you are born again. You are born again. You are really born again. If this is how to born again, I don't want to born again. You say, what did I do? I'm born again. The blood of Jesus has washed me. Return what you stole. That is what it means for you to have a conscience void of offense towards God and towards men. Herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense towards God, salvation, and towards men, restitution. You cannot tell me I'm born again. You are keeping malice to your neighbor. Where is the evidence of your salvation? You are keeping malice with your husband. Where is the evidence of your salvation? A real salvation will affect you practically if there's an inner change in your heart. If there's genuine salvation in you, you will make practical effort. You take some practical steps to settle with those you have issues with, to restore what you stole, to bring back what you have stolen. Confess the evil, the oppression you have carried out against others. That is how we know that I have genuinely repented. And that's why restitution is important. Making amends for wrong done to others, restoring stolen items to their rightful owners, paying back just debts.